All right, get ready, because we're diving deep into some lunar mysteries today.
Oh, this should be fun.
I'm really excited about this one,
Yeah.
especially all the stuff in that YouTube video you sent over.
Oh, yeah.
There are so many cool new discoveries about the moon.
It's incredible, right?
It really is.
Yeah.
And we're not just talking about the same old moon facts.
No, no, no.
This is like next level stuff,
It's definitely.
We're talking strange structures, magnetic swirls, even hints of like underground lava.
Seems like the moon's been keeping secrets from us.
Totally. It's like we thought we knew our lunar neighbor,
Right.
but it turns out it's way more mysterious than we thought.
Absolutely.
So let's start with the basics, I guess.
Yeah.
We've always been fascinated by that far side of the moon,
The dark side, yeah.
right? The one we never see from Earth.
Mysterious, right?
So mysterious. But now with these missions, like China's Change 4,
Oh, yeah. Change 4 is
we're
amazing.
finally getting a good look at what's over there.
And it's changing everything.
Yeah. I mean, are we talking about different landscapes or what?
It's more than just landscapes, actually.
Real
Yeah, we're talking structures.
structures. Like buildings?
Not buildings, no, but like formations. Hidden for millions of years.
Wow. So what kind of formations?
Well, the video talked about these layers of dust and debris.
Okay, so like space dust.
Basically, well,
But, I mean, that doesn't sound too exciting.
but here's the thing.
Yeah.
Within those layers, scientists found evidence of old lava flows.
Lava flows. Like volcanoes on the moon.
Exactly, and way more extensive than they ever expected.
So the moon was once a volcanic hotspot.
It seems that way.
That's wild. So it wasn't always this cold, quiet rock we see now.
Apparently not.
Wow. So much for the tranquil moon.
Right. It had a fiery past.
This is already blowing my mind.
And speaking of fiery, there's also this whole thing with magnetic swirls.
Wait, you mean those weird patterns on the surface?
Exactly. The ones you can see even with a basic telescope.
Yeah, I've always wondered about those.
Well, scientists have been puzzled by them for decades.
I can imagine.
But now they've linked them to some strange magnetic stuff.
Magnetic stuff, like what?
These aren't your everyday magnetic fields.
Okay, so something unusual.
Very unusual. They suggest the moon maybe had a global magnetic field.
Wait, hold on. Like Earth's magnetic field.
Exactly, and that's a huge deal.
I bet. So how do these magnetic swirls connect to the lava flows we talked about?
That is the million-dollar question.
Okay, lay it on me.
The video presents two main theories, right?
Okay, I'm listening.
One is that maybe these giant iron-rich meteorites slammed into the moon.
Ouch.
Yeah, and these impacts created these magnetic scars.
And we see those as the swirls.
Precisely, like the moon's still got battle scars.
Wow, that's kind of poetic.
Right, but here's the other theory, and this one's wild.
Okay, hit me.
Maybe, just maybe, underground magma flows shaped those magnetic swirls.
Hold on, underground magma. I thought the moon was basically solid rock.
Yeah, that's what we all thought.
So you're saying there could be like rivers of lava under the surface?
It's a possibility. And if it's true, that means the moon's interior is way more dynamic than we ever imagined.
This is getting me seriously pumped up.
Yeah.
So which theory do you think is more likely?
Well, that's what scientists are trying to figure out.
Oh, I can't wait to hear what they come up with.
Me neither. And speaking of discoveries,
Oh, I love a good cliffhanger.
well, get this. Buried deep under the moon's south pole,
Yeah.
scientists have found this massive metallic structure,
Massive. How?
5 times larger than the island of Hawaii.
5 times the size of Hawaii. That's I can't even picture that.
It's enormous and so dense that it's actually messing with the moon's gravity a bit.
Messing with gravity. You mean like a gravitational anomaly?
Exactly, like a giant invisible hand pulling on the moon's surface.
This is crazy. What could possibly create something that massive and dense?
There are 2 main thoughts on that.
Okay, tell me everything.
Some think it's like a crystallized blob of ancient magma from way back when the moon was a molten inferno.
So basically a giant lump of metal from the moon's fiery past.
Essentially, yeah.
Wild. What's the other theory?
Well, some think it might be the leftover core of a gigantic metallic asteroid.
Like the asteroid hit the moon and its core just sunk down there?
Yeah, something like that.
Either way, that's an incredible discovery.
Right. It just makes you wonder what else is hiding down there.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Like, what other secrets are lurking beneath the surface, just waiting to be found?
Exactly. And that's where missions like Chang'e 4 and 5 come in.
Yes, those missions are doing some amazing work.
They really are. They're not just exploring the surface, but actually looking beneath it.
So they're mapping out the moon's insides.
In a way, yeah, and revealing these layers of its hidden history.
It's like peeling back the layers of a cosmic onion.
I like that analogy. And each layer reveals something even more intriguing.
Okay, I'm hooked. What have we learned from these missions so far?
Well, for one, they've confirmed those expensive lava flows we were talking about.
So, more evidence for the moon's volcanic past.
Exactly. But they've also made some truly groundbreaking discoveries.
Oh, like what?
Well, they found a brand new mineral.
A new mineral. That's amazing. What's it called?
Change site.
Change site. Sounds like something straight out of Star Trek.
Right. But here's what's really cool about it.
Tell me more.
It contains this rare element called helium-3.
Helium-3. Why is that special?
It's thought to be super abundant on the moon, and get this, it could be a fuel for future fusion energy.
Fusion energy. Like clean energy.
Exactly. It's like the moon holds the key to solving our energy problems.
That's incredible. It's almost too good to be true.
I know, right? But wait, there's more.
More. I can't handle any more surprises.
The video mentioned they also found natural graphene on the moon.
Wait, graphene, isn't that the super strong stuff?
You got it. And it has all sorts of potential uses.
Wow, so the moon's not just a giant rock after all.
Oh, nope. It's a treasure trove of resources and scientific potential.
This is all so exciting. It really makes you wonder, with all this activity and potential, are there any areas on the moon that are like off limits?
That's a great question. And actually, the video did mention something about NASA issuing warnings.
Oh, really? So there are restricted areas on the moon,
It seems that way. Certain areas, especially ones with historical significance.
like the Apollo landing sites.
Exactly. Those are considered restricted zones.
I can understand why we'd want to protect those. They're like landmarks in human history.
Absolutely. We wouldn't want them to be damaged or contaminated.
So it's about preserving the past, but also making sure that future generations can experience those sites.
Precisely. It's a delicate balance between exploration and preservation.
And it makes you wonder, as we learn more about the moon and its potential, how do we balance that need for exploration with the responsibility of protecting it?
It's a question that will become even more crucial as we delve deeper into the moon's mysteries and unlock its secrets. Yeah, it's a tricky situation, for sure.
It really is.
Yes.
And it's not just about protecting the past, right?
Right.
We also got to think about the future.
Absolutely.
Like, what about actually living on the moon?
Lunar colonization.
It's not just science fiction anymore, is it?
Not with all these discoveries, no.
I mean, we're finding water ice, other resources.
It makes the idea of a moon base seem more and more real.
It's mind-blowing.
Let's see.
But what would it actually take to live there?
Well, that's the big question.
Yeah, what are the biggest challenges?
Well, for starters, the environment is brutal.
In what way?
No atmosphere to speak of.
Right, so we can't just breathe on the moon.
Exactly. We'd need pressurized habitats.
Like sealed bubbles.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
To protect people from, well, everything.
And from the vacuum of space, radiation, all that.
It's a whole different ballgame.
Sounds like a massive engineering challenge.
Oh, absolutely. And then there's the resource issue.
Okay, so even if we figure out how to breathe,
We need water, food, energy.
it's like starting civilization from scratch.
In a way, yeah.
But if we could pull it off, the benefits would be amazing, right?
Oh, without a doubt.
Imagine the science we could do.
Permanent research stations on the moon.
We could study its geology, its history, up close.
And think about the telescopes we could build.
On the far side, no interference from Earth.
We could see the universe like never before.
That's mind-blowing. A lunar observatory revolutionizing astronomy.
It's an incredible possibility.
But what about the more practical stuff?
Like what?
Would there be any, economic reasons to live on the moon?
Potentially, yes.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Some experts think the moon could be a hub for space industries.
Industries? Like what kind?
Mining, manufacturing, even tourism.
Moon mining, space factories, lunar vacations.
It's not as crazy as it sounds.
I mean, low-gravity vacuum environment, that could be useful for certain things.
Exactly. But of course, there are ethical concerns.
Right, we can't just go exploiting the moon without thinking about the consequences.
Exactly. Who owns the resources? How do we ensure sustainability?
Big questions. We can't repeat the mistakes we've made on Earth.
We need a new approach, a responsible one.
It's like a chance to do things right this time.
A model for sustainable space exploration.
I like that. So we've talked about science, economics, sustainability,
Yeah,
but why colonize the moon in the first place? What's the ultimate goal?
that's a tough one.
Right. Beyond the practical stuff, is there a bigger reason?
Well, some see it as a stepping stone.
A stepping stone to what?
To Mars, to the outer solar system beyond.
So the moon's like a base camp for humanity's journey into space.
In a way, yeah.
We could launch missions from the moon, use its resources.
Exactly. More efficient, cheaper.
The moon as a launch pad for exploring the cosmos, I love it.
It's a grand vision.
But is that the only reason? Is there something even deeper at play?
Some people believe a moon base could be a safeguard for humanity.
A safeguard, like against...
Against disaster, asteroid impacts, pandemics, even war.
So if something terrible happened on Earth...
A lunar colony could ensure our survival.
It's a sobering thought, but also kind of hopeful.
It shows our resilience, our desire to survive, to thrive.
And that desire to explore, to push boundaries, it's part of what makes us human.
Exactly. We've always looked up at the moon with wonder, and now we're on the verge of actually living there.
It's incredible. This whole conversation has really shifted my perspective on the moon.
In what way?
It's not just a distant object anymore.
No.
It's a potential home, a source of inspiration, a reflection of our own dreams.
I like that. And as we explore its mysteries further, we'll undoubtedly find even deeper connections to our own past, present, and future.
Speaking of mysteries, there was one thing from the video that really caught my attention.
What's that?
Those NASA warnings.
Yeah.
About certain areas being off limits.
Yes, the no-go zones.
It's intriguing. I get why we'd want to protect the Apollo landing sites.
Historical significance.
But what about other areas? What makes them off limits?
Well, it could be for scientific reasons.
Like what?
Imagine a pristine lunar lava tube, untouched for billions of years.
Wow, that would be amazing to see.
Or a deposit of rare minerals crucial for future technologies.
Okay, I see your point.
We don't want to accidentally contaminate those places.
Exactly. Especially since the moon has no atmosphere to disperse pollutants.
Exactly. Any damage we do could last for a very, very long time.
So it's about being careful, mindful of our impact.
And ensuring that future generations can explore the moon just as we are.
It's like setting up a cosmic national park, protecting its wonders for everyone.
I like that analogy. And the responsibility extends beyond those specific zones.
You mean to our entire approach to lunar development?
Exactly. Resource extraction, habitat building, everything.
We've got to minimize our footprint, be mindful of the lunar environment.
It's a delicate balance, finding ways to explore and utilize the moon without harming it.
And it's not just about the environment, right?
Right.
We also have to consider the ethical implications.
Absolutely. Who owns the moon? How do we share its resources fairly?
These are big questions that we need to answer.
And the answers will shape the future of our relationship with the moon.
And speaking of incredible discoveries,
Oh, yeah.
that massive metallic structure buried beneath the South Pole.
5 times the size of Hawaii. Can you believe it?
It's almost impossible to imagine something that big.
It's so dense, it's actually warping the moon's gravity.
A hidden weight tugging at the lunar surface.
It's a fascinating mystery.
Any ideas on what it could be?
Well, the leading theory is that it's crystallized magma, a relic from the moon's molten past.
So like a giant lump of metal, frozen in time.
Essentially, yeah.
The other theory is that it's the core of an ancient asteroid.
Smashed into the moon billions of years ago.
Either way, it's an incredible discovery.
It really makes you wonder what other secrets the moon is hiding.
Right. Like a giant cosmic treasure chest waiting to be opened.
And every new discovery brings us closer to understanding our place in the universe.
Well, speaking of discoveries, let's talk about those change missions.
Chang'e 4 and 5, rewriting lunar history.
They're making some groundbreaking findings.
Like those detailed maps of the moon's subsurface, revealing layers of ancient lava flows.
More evidence of the moon's fiery past.
Exactly. And then there's the discovery of chamesite, that new mineral.
With helium-3, the potential fuel for fusion energy.
Imagine clean energy from the moon powering our world.
It's a game changer. And what about that natural graphene?
Strong, versatile, countless applications.
It's like the moon is offering us solutions to some of our biggest challenges.
And who knows what other wonders we'll find as we continue to explore.
It's an exciting time to be following lunar exploration.
Absolutely. With every mission, we're peeling back another layer of the moon's mysteries.
And in doing so, we're learning more about ourselves, our place in the cosmos, and the infinite possibilities that lie ahead.
It really is. And the video also touched on something that I think is really important to think about.
Oh. What's that?
The long-term implications of all this,
You mean beyond just the immediate discoveries?
Right, like what does it all mean for the future of space exploration?
Okay, yeah, that's a big question.
For one thing, The moon could become a testing ground,
This testing ground for what exactly?
for all sorts of technologies and strategies,
Yeah.
things we'll need for deep space missions, like think Mars missions.
Ah, so the moon could be like a stepping stone to Mars.
Exactly. It's closer to Earth, easier to manage.
Makes sense.
I can experiment with life support systems, radiation shielding, all that.
Right. Perfect those technologies before sending them further out.
Exactly. And the cool thing is,
Yeah.
those technologies, they'll have benefits back here on Earth too.
Oh, I see, like spin-off technologies.
Yeah. Advancements in energy, materials, even medicine, who knows?
Wow. So the moon could actually help us solve problems here at home.
That's the idea. It's like a catalyst for innovation, pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
It's pretty amazing when you think about it.
It really is. But of course,
Okay.
we have to be careful.
Oh, absolutely. We've got to learn from our mistakes.
We can't just go and exploit the moon without thinking about the consequences.
All right, we've done enough of that here on Earth.
Lunar development needs to be responsible, sustainable,
Protecting the environment, preserving its scientific value.
Exactly. It's a balancing act,
Yeah.
finding ways to utilize its resources without harming it.
It's like we're at a turning point, a new era of lunar exploration.
A pivotal moment, for sure. And the choices we make now, they'll have long-lasting effects.
Well, this whole deep dive has been incredible.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
So many surprises,
Yeah.
so much to think about.
The moon is full of mysteries, isn't it?
It really is. And it's more than just a rock in the sky now.
Definitely not just a rock.
It's a world of possibilities, a source of inspiration, a reflection of our own dreams.
Beautifully said. And as we continue to explore,
Yeah,
who knows what other wonders we'll uncover.
I can't wait to find out. With all this talk about science and technology,
Yeah.
it's easy to forget the simple beauty of the moon.
Oh, for sure.
So I want to encourage everyone listening.
Yeah.
Take a moment tonight, step outside, and just look up at the moon.
Appreciate its timeless presence, its quiet beauty.
It's been there for billions of years, a silent witness to life on Earth.
And it will be there for billions more, a source of wonder and inspiration for generations to come.
So, until next time,
Keep looking up, keep exploring, and keep asking questions.
the universe is full of mysteries waiting to be discovered.